the scores, all the highlights, all the fans. This is Friday Night Football on NBC 25.
And welcome to Friday Night Football. We're halfway through the high school football calendar, and some schools now are starting to feel the heat coming into tonight's game of the week. The rivalry of Millington and Bertram. Both schools need a win if they want to win the Tri-Valley East. The Panthers haven't taken down the Cards since 2008 and have been outscored 177-36 in those contests. We picked this one up in the third quarter. Caleb Washer keeps it himself. It's 16-0 Cards. Later in the quarter, Washer this time going to the air, finding Wyatt Munson for a 67-yard score. 24-0 Millington, and they were not done. The defense gets in on the action as well. Austin Weber picks up the rock from off the floor, and remember how I told you the Panthers only scored 36 points in the last 4 meetings between the two schools? It would stay that way. The Cards shut them out. 32-0 in the game of the week.
You know, it was a close game. First half, 8-0. We felt like we had some opportunities, but we didn't capitalize on it, and then we got ourselves in penalty trouble. But we made some adjustments at halftime, and our kids came out and really turned it on. So I was really pleased with their effort.
Cards have another rivalry contest in the Frankenmuth Eagles. Over in Heritage, the Hawks pumped up for their matchup with Western. Heritage leads 6-0, but the Warriors would quickly answer. Alex Mudd gets himself dirty as he finds the end zone. They go up with the extra point, 7-6. Ensuing drive, because football is the only sport where we say ensuing, the Hawks get to work. QB Steven Van Tifflin off the play action fake finds Jake McKay for the first down, and then 3 plays later, they give it to Brian Cole. Number 1 in your playbook, but number 1 in your hearts. And one of the best backs in the state goes 55 yards for the touchdown. Heritage goes on top, and they stay there, 41-14. Now, the Blue Devils always seem to be a perennial power, while the Bucks, they had a bit of surprise run to the state semifinals last season. Tonight, there's no overlooking Bucktown. The Blue Devils out in front at the half, 20-0. Third quarter, and it's a 3rd and goal at the 1. Pete plasters his way into the end zone on the keeper. 26-0 Lake Fenton. Ensuing, there's that word again, on the kickoff, Darius Blackburn. He fields the kickoff from the 5, and then it's off to the races. Weaving in and out of traffic, that's dangerous. Into the end zone, 95 yards for the touchdown. That cuts the lead to 26-7. And then fast forward late into the third, Beecher driving again. Marcus Wright connects with Tyrick Wicks, 28 yards for the touch. Lake Fenton, they hold on though for the win, 26-14. And can you say blowout? New Lothrop, they gallop to a 56-0 lead in the first. We picked this action up in the third with a running clock and a running game plan. The Hornets kept the ball on the ground, scored one more time against Atherton as Trevor Copes puts the hammer on the Wolverines, 63-6. Here's some scores from around the region on this week 5 of Friday Night Football. Davison with a big win, 50-6. Powers, they just take Southwestern out to the woodshed by 30 points. Carmen Ainsworth with a 44-0 win over Flushing, and Lapeer East edges out Ortonville Brandon 23-19. Coming up after the break, it's time to break out the wristbands and the playbook. We're going to go no huddle next on Friday Night Football. Come on back.
You're watching Friday Night Football on NBC 25. Yeah! Yeah!
Hi, we're the Linden Cheerleaders, and you're watching FNF on NBC 25.
Well, we're inching ever so close to the postseason part of our season, so every game is getting more and more important. We still have a ton of games to go, so let's go no huddle. It was homecoming over in Grand Blanc, and the Bobcats came to play, but the Howell Highlanders, there can only be one. Tried to spoil the party on the opening drive. Darren Ford hands it off to Freddie Taff. He takes it 25 yards. That puts Howell up 7-0, but Grand Blanc, they get the last laugh, 27-7. Fenton Tigers, they also have homecoming, and the fans come out in full force. Late first, 7-0 Tigers. Clio driving. Riggs Robinson takes the handoff, but he coughs it up. Tigers pounce on it and take over on possession. Now, later in the drive, they can't find the end zone, but Evan Gornick, he splits the uprights on the field goal. Fenton remains unbeaten, 24-8 with the win. Lapeer West visiting Linden in a Flint Metro matchup. First drive of the ball game. West Hunter Sherrod looking down the field, but Linden's Austin Burkle picks him off and takes it before being caught inside the 10. Linden would get 3 on the possession. West wins 33-11. Now over to Bendel, where the Tigers hosted the Hamady Hawks, and they served up a lot of Dion Reed here. 22 on his first score of the night. Reed tallied 27 carries for 246 yards, 333 all-purpose yards. They win big, 44-6. Frankenmuth hosting Lakeville, and Frankenmuth up 14-7 in that second quarter. Jake Renbold, a 3-yard touch. The extra point good. Frankenmuth, they get the, actually they fall 36-27 in that contest. Let's go out to Saginaw. Valley Lutheran hosting St. Louis. They have a weird nickname, the Sharks. They're not native to the Mitten, but what do I know? I'm only a sports anchor. After the first down, the Sharks get a little bit sloppy. Valley Lutheran grabs the first down there, and then trying to get things going, the bad pitch would lead to a Valley Lutheran fumble recovery, and they hold on for the win, 18-15. St. Charles on the road at MLS, their homecoming night as well. The Cardinals lead 14 in the third, and they're looking to increase that lead. Nate Lindelof hooks up for a huge gain, takes it deep into Bulldog territory, where a few plays later they would find pay dirt. Wyatt Townhill, he's going to take the handoff, scamper 19 yards, 34-6. The Cardinals, they get the win. Let's check out some more scores from this Week 5 action in a possibly the best game of the night. Mount Pleasant wins 50-48 over Midland. Dow, they beat Arthur Hill by 22. Ithaca keeps the streak alive over Carleton by 30 points. And Reese in overtime gets the win over Vassal. Let's check out our Play of the Night nominees. Brian Cole, he's number 1 in your playbook. He's also number 1 in your hearts here. 55 yards down the sideline for the score. Heritage would go back on top in this ball game. They also get the win. Beecher receiving the kick here in Play nominee number 2. Darius Blackburns here on the kickoff. 95 yards for the kickoff return on the touchdown. A great play against the Blue Devils. Lake Fenton gets the win. From our Game of the Week, Play of the Night nominee number 3, Millington's defense getting in on the action. Austin Weber picks up the loose ball. He goes into the end zone. The Cards win 32-0 in our Game of the Week. Remember, if you missed any of this action, if you want to vote on the Play of the Night and our Game of the Week, go to mynbcnews.com. That's going to do it for Week 5 of Friday Night Football. We'll see you next week for the 6th chapter of the 2013 season. See ya.